It's nice to be together. Nice to see everyone. And we'll start again with some slides. We'll share a bit about the ways how we, focus on data in a simple way. So, and then we can share while we go through the slides. I don't think we have anyone who's the first time here, but perfect. It's always nice to hear the metaphors and the key points of the simplicity of the practice. So this innate ability to be at ease, wise, balanced, and compassionate is discovered in open intelligence. Data are recognized to be the dynamic energy of open intelligence. Data within open intelligence can be likened to a breeze blowing through the air. The breeze and the air are inseparable. Both are air. When a breeze blows, it is the dynamic energy of air. When data is there, they are the dynamic energy of open intelligence. Yeah, it's nice to read and hear about the innate ability. It's an innate ability to be at ease, wise, balanced, and compassionate. All these aspects are opened naturally when we rely on open intelligence, when we discover that open intelligence is something about us that is just inherently present, naturally present, and directly accessible through the power of short moments. And that it doesn't really have, we don't need to have certain data in place to be at ease, wise, or balanced, or compassionate. And also, we are not really necessarily looking for having data that would match these descriptions, because they could be completely opposite data we have, because they are countless and they are ceaseless and they are unpredictable. Especially, we never know how we wake up in the morning, what the day brings, who we meet, what's going on. So in that kind of sense, we know what is truly reliable. This is basically empowerment 1, 2, and 3. This paragraph here, in addition to going deeper into the practice of short moments, but we recognize that all data are the dynamic energy of open intelligence, that they're inseparable from open intelligence, like this breeze that blows. It can't be separated out. It's just naturally present, inseparably, air and the breeze. And then we recognize that everything about us is beneficial and has the ability, it's innate to see everything in an open way. Yesterday we spoke about complete perceptual openness in all experience. So powerful teaching, just recognizing complete perceptual openness in every moment. So also empowerment 1 goes into seeing how we may have juggled data, hoping this would would provide relief. And I'm sorry, I have to rearrange some of the Zoom boxes so that I can see and read the text. Okay, that's why that happens sometimes here. So we all know how we juggle data to find relief, basically, just in a simple way. And empowerment 1 goes directly into that. How have we actually focused on data to find relief? And how have we managed them, juggled them? And then also, that's what the first empowerments do. They look at the It's always how we handle thoughts and emotions. The indulging, avoiding, replacing, or we leave them as they are. And Empowerment 8 picks that up again in a more specific way, because we then recognize that we can use all these ways of focusing on data to avoid relying on open intelligence in that moment. So we indulge thoughts, animated now. We indulge the thoughts, make stories around them, like getting angry. It can go more and more when we just go in our loops of stories, look who we could blame, ourselves or others. This is just an example, it could be anything, really. Like we try to figure something out, and then we need to look at it again and again. We repeatedly think about it, describe what we feel and think. So we all know that. So seeing that supports recognizing open intelligence, because we can see clearly how we are using data to feel better, or in the hopes to feel better. We try to make the stories around them, try to understand certain behaviors or what's happening in relationship, for example, or we just get really plain, get angry or frustrated, or we avoid it altogether, avoid calls, avoid people, avoid certain places or situations that bring up thoughts and emotions. And also that is that we spoke about yesterday, and just to see, well, initially it's powerful just to see how we try to avoid to feel better, and then how we can rest while we are avoiding, how we can rest while we are facing everything, and then we rest while we're making discerning decisions. So that's also 8 and 9, where we actually see that it doesn't mean that we have to face everything in our life, go into all situations, meet all the people, be with everyone. So this would be then an extreme. But we want to get to know ourselves and all the ways we have avoided everything, even ourselves. Obviously, we avoid open intelligence ultimately. Then thoughts and emotions are replaced. We all know that too. We try to either we cultivate compassion, we try to think positively, we try to eat ice cream, or try to, yeah, just do something to feel differently or to think differently. So the cultivation of data, of better states, of better experiences, even like in the spiritual realm, in any practices, we use the teachings and practices to indulge, avoid, and replace data. If we don't recognize what is at the essence of everything, it's still the same kind of involvement in the content of mind. But just seeing that gives us complete freedom to do and enjoy. It doesn't mean we don't eat ice cream. So it's not never an extreme. If anything, it's about recognizing the essence of mind, recognize open intelligence. Now, obviously, the fourth way, and this is what we are looking at here, thoughts and emotions are left as they are. Just as thoughts and emotions arise, they flow on by, like the flight path of a bird in the sky, leaves no trace. That's the same with all thoughts and emotions. Not knowing the nature of all data makes us try to deal with them. Knowing the nature of data and its power to self-release, knowing that they are inseparable from open intelligence, like the breeze in the air, color blue in the sky. That opens up that ease and openness, complete perceptual openness, that everything is as it is, an appearance and a dynamic energy of open intelligence, and nothing else. And then thoughts and emotions self-release, like mist in the air, another metaphor showing that we rest as open intelligence, the essence of mind. There's a natural self-release for all data. And knowing open intelligence and gaining confidence in that gives us more courage and ability to instinctively recognize open intelligence, because we know what it is we are relying on actually. And then also more courage to face everything. And then there is more and more a noticing of the self-release of thoughts and emotions, naturally so. And that's what we call also gaining confidence in open intelligence, because then we see it in our direct experience and then there's more confidence.
Open intelligence is within us. It is not something we have to get from outside. We can count on open intelligence in every moment. Yeah, if you read the newsletter this week, that's such an incredible revelation when we're introduced to open intelligence as something that is already within us, like that aspect of our being that's always been here, and we just have never recognized it and have been looking to achieve it, to find it, to create it, to maybe purify ourselves so that we eventually deserve it or become worthy of it. And then to be introduced to it that exactly as we are and have always been, open intelligence is naturally present and requires no action on our part. The only difference is whether it's recognized or not. And because it is innately present, we can count on open intelligence in every moment. So it's ultimately the easiest practice because we don't need to do anything other than recognizing it. But because of that habit that Kati just went through of like all the different ways that we've learned to look and seek, we often make this more difficult than it needs to be. But the introduction is the most important starting point. When we discover that open intelligence is innate, all we have to do from then on is to acknowledge it because it has gone unnoticed. It just needs to be acknowledged again and again. That's what we essentially do in every short moment is we reintroduce ourselves in that instance. And the more often we do that, as all of you here have already seen in your own experience, the more often we do that, the more these old habits of indulging, avoiding, and replacing data to rearrange our internal or external state, the more this habit softens and really eases and opens up. So open intelligence gives us then that flexibility to see what will be of most benefit in every situation. The power of our mind, open intelligence, is unavailable when there is effort to regulate the flow of data. That's a good one, is that we're, even though of course we do it often with our best intention to help ourselves and maybe even others, when we rearrange or regulate the flow of data. But the only way for open intelligence to express its innate potency, its beneficial power, is through data. There is no other expression of open intelligence. Data and open intelligence are inseparable, and data is the radiance, the shining forth of open intelligence. And so if we regulate data, that means we like interfere in that flow of wisdom and benefit of open intelligence. And so over time, when we spoke about this recently, I think yesterday, about trusting, we learn to trust into that wisdom flow of open intelligence in the flow of our data, so that we're, like it says here, we're constantly trying to control our thoughts, emotions, speech, and actions in order to make them positive rather than negative. And the less we do that, we see that there is a wholly positive ground, you could say, of all data that doesn't deny that some feel better than others, or you know, sound better, taste better, whatever it is. Our preferences don't need to go away, but we're not dependent on them. We're no longer imprisoned by them.
Yeah, by the power of a short moment of open intelligence, we directly experience freedom from ups and downs. We can have a balanced outlook, a balanced view. The freedom from ups and downs, I always wanted to feel free. And the term freedom in immediate perception, when I heard that the first time, I was just doing the empowerments. It was like just such a relief. I know, oh, that makes sense. It's just not in anything else. It's in the immediacy of perception. Made sense that it couldn't be somewhere in a location or with certain data. And just to feel free. Sometimes we just don't feel free. And it's like, it's um, it's the freedom and immediacy of perception, the freedom of ups and downs, like this constant ups and downs of emotions, of feelings. Like, didn't have to work on any kind of uncomfortable feelings in the mornings, for example. I just like, okay, well, it's like being free from this whole trying to fix ourselves. In short moments, I repeat it many times, the recognition of open intelligence become automatic. So we can see that, and more that they're instinctive, becomes automatic, it becomes stable in itself. That naturally is meant by it, what it is to gain confidence in open intelligence is that the recognition becomes automatic and instinctive. When we try to force open intelligence, any act of forcing open intelligence is involvement with data, including trying to get into a non-conceptual state, for example, in any kind of state, or trying to recognize a natural presence of open intelligence as something that needs to be there. Otherwise, open intelligence isn't obvious. So that's exactly what we're not doing. To be relaxed, let go in the moment of recognizing. Then, if the recognition of open intelligence slips away, we simply repeat it again. And sometimes we just don't know what the recognition is. And there we've always, Rinpoche one time said the quantity instead of the quality of a short moment, which I found it's just so powerful, because it's just about taking another short moment then, rather than trying to figure it out or try to feel it be a certain way. But any kind of involvement with data, obviously we can still, share our direct experience and see, yeah, well, I feel more free, I feel more at ease. And once introduced to open intelligence and really recognize it, it's obviously has the qualities and aspects that we can describe, and then it's very spontaneous. Everything is spontaneously expressed. You never know how open intelligence is very unique to each one. It's like, because all data, we have all kinds of unique data, even though we share in that we are all open intelligence and then we all have data. And obviously, because there couldn't be any open intelligence without data, but we are recognizing and have the ability to recognize open intelligence. And then The wisdom, the responsiveness, how we are in every situation is a unique wisdom for the time, place, and circumstance. And each person has different strengths and talents and different skillful means that express itself due to who we are and the data that occur. So we never need to copy another person or be in the same way. Okay, maybe one more. As the datum appears, instinctive open intelligence is spontaneously obvious, empowering its benefit. Data vanishes naturally without a trace, like one part of clear sky seamlessly and indivisibly blends with all of sky. The sky is inseparable, sky and sky. So similarly, data cannot be found to have an independent nature, power, or influence like sky in sky. It's just sky in sky. There's nothing other going on. There's open intelligence and its dynamic energy and empowering its benefit, naturally beneficial. Open intelligence is continuous. Assurance in open intelligence dawns bright, like sunlight filling sky. There's direct crossing from data naming intelligence, so the reified intelligence, the focus on the content of mind, to vast open intelligence and its splendid array of spontaneous beneficial qualities and activities, mind, speech, and body at all times. Okay, pause here. Beautiful to recognize that that is who we are. Well, thank you, everyone. It's nice to see you. Great. Let's see if there are any questions, shares, also how the sort of empowerments are going. See some of you there, and yeah, or any question. So if we can share further on a specific topic, you can also let us know.
We can also meditate together for half an hour.
That's great too. Yes. See, yes, Holly.
Oh, I just want to say thank you. The slides you put together this morning really spoke to kind of the continuation of the question I asked yesterday, and it was really helpful. All of it was just extremely helpful. And I think that the thing that's been interesting for me going through the empowerments is you had mentioned about getting involved in sort of spiritual practices or philosophical practices or meditation practices, and how we can still use that to avoid, indulge, replace. And the lure of that, I think that's been my experience and kind of why I grappled a little bit with the subtlety of short moments, is that I was so accustomed to using sort of an antidote, something to get into a state and kind of feeling like, oh, okay, I feel horrible, so I'm going to go meditate till I feel really good. and and the subtlety for me, the short moments teaching has been one of subtlety. It's not these extremes. And I love that the empowerments, I sort of dove into empowerment 10 and felt a little disconnected from myself. And even just the questions in empowerments is really helpful to um, bring that recognition to the fore. It's like there is a little bit of, I guess, deliberateness that has to happen there in the empowerments where um, learning to emphasize, and that's probably not the right word. We use it with data, but emphasize open intelligence. It, in a sense, that takes a little bit of conscious, deliberate effort, and yet it's not an efforting. I mean, I enjoy short moments and there's nothing efforting about it. It's really not that. So I just wanted to say thank you for just I love even the silence, sometimes it's just like, wow, just being silent together is just such a powerful impression for me, that's really where the wisdom lies. And um indulging has been such a pattern for me and such an intellectual exercise. And it's like I realize now, and that's why I'm so grateful for short moments, is it's never going to be found in indulging. It's only going to be found in taking a short moment. So that's been really great. So I just wanted to say thanks for the great slides today.
Well, thank you for your powerful share. It's good to hear. Yeah, yeah, very beautiful. Yeah. So it's really true that little bit of effort sometimes, obviously, while gaining confidence, that I can relate to that, and that makes perfect sense. Even though obviously at the same time, it's clear it has an effortlessness, but there's also that kind of moment of, yeah, I'm taking a short moment, diligent in that way.
Yeah, and the metaphors too, when I'm trying not to indulge, trying to take a short moment, I'm finding the metaphors to be really, really helpful, especially when I'm indulging the intellect data where I'm trying to figure things out. Like I moved to the metaphor of I just would just not meditate on the metaphor, but just kind of take a short moment with the metaphor, and it was like, wow, oh, it's just it's like you have to not use the intellect if you're going to try to understand it. And the imagery is really helpful, conveys a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's powerful, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the metaphors are just so evocative and instinctive. So that's really, yeah, so it's great. Great short moments with these metaphors. Yeah. Okay. Tina, were you going to say something? Or no? Okay, I thought I saw something. Yes, Natalie.
Yeah, I can say a little thing. Yeah, the witnessing to your everybody's comments of yesterday was very helpful to me, and I notice it's always a new beginning. Like I already enjoyed asking open intelligence, what would be the best choice for the benefit of all? And again, I discover that it's just marvelous. I did that yesterday evening, and then let it be as it is. And then a wonderful inspiration, a good inspiration came in, and I could send the right messages. And then the reply, the effect was really amazing. And it's so simple. I mean, it's maybe, yeah, the simplicity of it all is so wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, yes. It's a whole world of insight and wisdom, and and how it affects also our environment. It's really our relationships.
Yeah.
Mm.
At the same time, it's nothing special. It's everything I know, but how it comes about, then it's uplifted by open intelligence.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And Laurie, how is it going for you there? Like, you like to share? Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wonderful. It's nice to see everyone. I'm on Empowerment 4. It's taking a little while. Uh, the crystal ball analogy, the metaphor of the openness and the largeness, the appearance or the recognition of contractedness in the body, how when there's contractedness of sensation called the body, recognized as my body, as that's recognized as it comes, and it's a sense of feeling like I am Lori. I am a small person in a big world, and this is my life, and it's a troublesome thing. But as that is seen, it can be seen that it's not so. And actually, as the crystal ball, naturally, it's not a crystal ball, obviously, but the sense of the spaciousness of ethereal nature of what appears, it literally, and this is an appearance, but it just dissolves the contraction. And the reality that it seems to be like the spaciousness of life that appears. I don't know if this makes sense, but it used to be lived like this is my life, and there are other people in living their lives, and we're all in this little bubble of our own problems and our own tightness. And it's a really hard way to live. And so the spaciousness of the metaphors and how it lifts naturally into the open expansiveness away from the, and I call it contraction, but essentially if it's noticed and inquired, it's actually just sensation. That's I called this is me as a body, and it's sensation that again is called unpleasant or anxious. And it is like Jochen said, it is can be unpleasant, but it's okay and can be left. But the point I'm making is the naturalness of the expansiveness that's present is beginning to naturally come or is there away from the contracted person and its problems of figuring itself out.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Feels
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Hmm.
Great. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. So that's great with the short moments in your practice. And then being on Empowerment 4, of course, that's the biggest one, right?
Right.
Is suddenly a long one.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a lot of work and a lot of questions, but that's a powerful one. Great. Yeah. Okay, good. But then that's flowing really well then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Mhm. And Tina, did you start Empowerment 8 now or How's that? 7. Yeah. Oh, you're muted. Sorry. Oh, shall I help you with the unmute?
Here we
Oh,
go.
no, there you go. Yeah. How's it going for you?
It's been up and down, I suppose. And right now I feel good, like just calm and just remembering to take lots of short moments. Sometimes I doubt the short moments, and then I just keep doing it. There's still a little bit of frustration, like I was saying the other day, about it maybe not going fast enough, and that's just another reason to take another short moment. And I do love the simplicity of this. I mean, it's just amazing. But there's still always this doubt because I've done so much seeking in my life that it's not going to work, So there's those moments of that. But then when I reflect on what's been going on for the last few weeks, it is working. There are, there is definitely, overall, I feel calmer and happier and able to, naturally say things to people that just come from, I know they're coming from open intelligence and not from ego, and that's awesome. So yeah. Even though, and there's been some good things that have happened lately that I was really excited about. I did a happy dance in the middle of a store the other day because I got something that I really wanted, and that was amazing. And then I still even took a short moment at that moment too, and that was like feeling that energy is being through my body was amazing. So yeah, I mean, it'd be nice for it to be more consistent, I think. And there's times that I don't even think about it at all, especially if there's lots going on. I just don't even, I don't know, it just comes out of my head and I don't think about it until after. And then there's also times now where it's just automatically happening. So I'm all over the place. But overall, good.
That's good. That's perfect. Yeah, yes, it's exactly how it is. It's exactly like that. Yeah. And that we sometimes doubt the short moments that can be scary, or we feel like, oh, it won't work for me. I think we all, most, I would say maybe everyone can relate to that. It's like, yeah. So that's definitely a powerful data.
I really appreciate all the support and every time somebody talks too, that's really helpful. And I've been listening to other talks on, just especially to confirm that it's not just a couple of people that are, feeling open intelligence most of the time. It's nice to see other people experiencing that and knowing that that is possible, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
The more,
Yes, that's really the power of a community and of hearing each other.
Yeah.
It's extremely powerful. It's very, very important part.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. You. Yeah, actually, oh, Bill, yeah. Good to see you.
I'm just there's some weird thing just floating down through the air. I didn't know what it was. Some kind of weird. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I'm just noticing as I'm on this call when I fall into presence or whatever. For me, it's often a lot of body sensation, not intense necessarily, but just feeling it, and particularly in the chest area, which I kind of talk up to heart-ish, compassion-y kind of stuff, you know. And also, I've been noticing today on this call, and before I've been noticing it, is that when I'm in the mode where it's not the focus is on, but anyway, I'm being more aware of body sensations. I'm getting more in touch with just breathing too, and just feeling that, and it's very pleasurable. It feels like being held by my mother or something like that. You know, like that feeling when you hug somebody and you just hang there for a while and soak it up, you know. It's sort of like that, not as good as that, maybe, or maybe it is, I don't know. But anyway, it's me, what is it? Maybe it's me not being give me that. It's me being let that be or radiate even, you know. And I don't know if that's too concentrative or whatever in the context of short moments, but it sure feels good, you know. And soothing, you know,
Mm.
like some little baby of me has been picked up and being held, except it's me also doing the holding. I'm kind of the mom and the baby, just having a moment or something.
Yes.
And it's nice and puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, I just danced the last 3 days. Well, no, not the last three. It's not Monday, but anyway, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, I do all that, you know, conscious dance stuff. And, this feeling can be enhanced and it becomes more radiative, and I kind of sort of broadcast in a certain way or let go to that feeling to increase or something. And I enjoy all that. I'm a little suspicious of it, you know, getting ego jollies out of that or something, but sometimes I am suspicious, sometimes not. And it just feels really good to feel either compassion or kindness, you know, rather than my normal default mode of being kind of judgmental and stuff.
Mm.
I'm off talking. I'm sort of mentally talking about this now.
Mm. That's great. That's beautiful.
I'll stop there. I have a medical talk. But anyway, I just wanted to get that in, and thank you all
Yeah.
very much. Just
Well,
wonderful to see
mm,
everybody, you know, doing their on their path, you know.
mm. Well, thank you so
Gotta
much for
go. Bye bye.
sharing. Yes, bye-bye. It's very beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is. It is beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. That's why it's open intelligence and love. Rinpoche always
Yeah,
wanted to call it love, but she said,
yeah,
"Oh, it will
yeah.
be
It is.
tricky when people
Yeah,
try to." But it is love.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
physical. I mean, the feelings are physical of it. For me, maybe other
yes,
people have different
but
modes of that, but for me, I'm body sort of guy a lot.
yeah,
Anyway, see all of you. Have a good rest
yeah.
of the day.
Yeah, you so much love to you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to see, Mary, if you can speak or want to speak, how it's going for you. I'd love to hear. Hello
Hello.
there.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi.
I just finished Empowerment 3. Um, and I guess I'm a little bit apprehensive about 4 because it sounds like it's big from what others have said. So, but I'm also looking forward to starting it. Um, I feel like so far, short moments have really just it's been amazing. Like I think that maybe a part of me is so relaxed and so enjoying short moments that maybe I don't want to go into something big like 4. So maybe that's maybe just the thinking that's coming in.
Mm.
But otherwise I'm thrilled. It's just absolutely changed so much. I used to be so stressed every Monday, and trying not to be stressed every Monday about work. And that's just disappeared. It's just like when that would come for a couple of weeks, when that would start, I would just take a short moment instead of trying to fight it or fix it. And now it's just become a habit when that energy of I need to do something about this comes, I know to just take a short moment, and it's really becoming automatic to do that rather than jump in to try to fix things or make things better or go away, or and it's just such a joy. So I think that's part of the reason why I'm like not like pushing to move to the next, because I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this so much. But that's pretty much where I
Yes,
am.
it's wonderful. Great. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I understand. And but the short moments and the open intentions will just will go through empowerment 4 with you. It doesn't go anywhere, so that's good.
Yeah,
But the empowerment 4 is
that's true. And
obviously, yeah. But
when I think
empowerment
of it
4 is
like
a bit,
that,
yeah.
then I feel like, yeah, okay, I really want to start to do it. But I do have to like relax into it instead of thinking it's going to be a big project. That's just the mind coming in again.
Mm.
So,
Of
and I
of
understand that, and
course.
I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you for letting me share. I listen and I enjoy it so much, but I'm always afraid to talk. But I'm glad that you called on me. Thank you.
Well, it's good. It's good to hear your share, really. Thank you. That's good. Yes. Niketa, are you then travel with that? You'll be probably it will not be the time zone the next weeks, right? Or is
Yeah,
it? Or will it be?
I potentially can make it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
later.
because yes, it's later. Yes.
Yeah, I'm traveling to India next week, and I'm gonna visit a very special village where the root guru of Rinpoche's root guru lived. So I've been very drawn to go there for many years. So now it's finally happening. And
Wonderful.
before that, I'm also gonna visit. I'm going up to Dharamsala to visit with a Sangha friend, and we're gonna go for a teaching with Dalai Lama. So it feels very special. So it's a bit of a pilgrimage. Yes.
That's nice. That's great. Wonderful. Yeah. 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 Venerable Wangda Rinpoche has a monastery that's Rinpoche's teacher, old teacher, and yeah, so it was one of us, and yeah, he has a monastery there, and then a huge Padmasambhava statue. And inside it is like a teaching hall. Rinpoche has taught there as well. And I think there's also a library down there. And yeah, it's a beautiful place. It'll be lovely. Yeah, great. Yes, in India. But we had before the pandemic a center in Goa, which might appear again at one point, but it was before, and we'd met there every over the winter time for many months. We also initially, it's also a while ago, had teachings in the Ramsala every year for a couple of months. And that was also because many people travel between Goa, Rishikesh. That's where we met Rinpoche actually the first time. So that's 20 years ago. And all the timeless awareness talks that you might have heard are recorded there. And so we didn't have a center there, but we used sort of a hotel area for many years of teachings. Yeah. Rinpoche, and then also many 12 empowerments. That was the time when we did the 12 empowerments also face to face there. Because people were traveling, having more time. Well, not saying that they have done, but when people are there, then we had groups of going through the 12 empowerments in 12 days, actually. That's yeah, it's a different style, and then the integration or the practice and gaining confidence happens a lot afterwards. Or you do it once a week, which is a really, everyone has their own pace, but it's daily life. So both ways really have beautiful, yeah, same result, but a different expression of it. Yeah. So, and then after Rishikesh, when everything gets too hot in Goa and Rishikesh, we would go up to Dharamsala and have teachings there, because there are so many people traveling there. Anyway, so just had a thought of those times. 2019, when Venerable Wangdo Rinpoche passed, Rinpoche went to India to the ceremony there, and then also went to Goa to the center there. That was our last year of the center, because then the pandemic came, but went and gave their teachings. So yeah, so that was many of the meetings and that we had there. That's why that one channel, we are gonna make it more active again now, but that's where all the talks, we recorded the talks when we were in India, traveling and doing meetings there, open meetings with many people. And sometimes there were like 100, 200 people just in the face-to-face meetings there. Yeah, so that YouTube channel has all the open meetings and also shares of people from that time, which now, after a longer pause, we thought we can also record them online. So yeah, meetings like that.
Kathy, what channel is that?
It's called Short Moments. Maybe we can put it in there. Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yes. So
Here's the link. We need to do some cleanup in there because we haven't used it in so long.
yeah.
But you can definitely already enjoy if you would like. And there are different playlists, like specifically with participant shares and specific eras of Goa open meetings or other kinds of meetings, and a few interview style shares that we have in there. Yeah, so it's a lovely mix really of different flavors of experience.
And Sashan, in which empowerment are you just before we end? Seeing you there.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. I literally just sent my responses to Empowerment 10 to Jochen this morning, and began Empowerment 11 straight away with no delay. Perhaps a little bit like you mentioned, like one per day. I haven't been doing one per day, of course, but you mentioned that you were doing that in Rishikesh or something. So
Yeah.
it
Yes.
felt a little like that. Um, Yes, as I mentioned to Jochen in my responses, in answer to one of the questions, I've been finding it to be kind of like a turning point in my own kind of progression through the empowerments. In that, it brought it just kind of like spontaneously brought a lot more of the confidence that you mentioned, Kati, earlier. As well as the perceiving of the benefits of the four mainstays. Of course, I've noted their benefits throughout the entire program of empowerments, but like I said, especially more so now upon completing Empowerment 10 and just even seeing that short. I mean, I watch Zijimata every morning, you know, for a minimum of 30 minutes every morning, minimum, to start the day. And but today also I added to that you know, that those first 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes of her speaking to introduce Empowerment 11. That also seemed to be, it had added another dimension of like confidence and like being fully present with what she was speaking about, like that. So, you know, I remained tremendously grateful, you know, for this opportunity to be with the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, you know. So thank you so much again, all of you.
Well, thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful. Good to hear. Well, good. That's wonderful. Well, thank you, everyone. That was really beautiful to hear and be together. Thank you all, and see you soon again.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your
Thank
days.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Love.